Hey there, Tiffany Thomas with thewealthytiffany.com, and in today's video we're going to be talking about life optimization. And before we dive in, if you are ready for financial freedom right now, comment freedom below in the comments, and if you are serious about fast tracking your financial freedom, click the link below this video in the description and I can help you do that. Alright, you guys, let's talk about life optimization. And this was actually inspired from a blog post that Mr. Money Mustache had done a while ago, and it was called The Principle of Constant Optimization. And I just found this blog post really profound, I guess, and it's a very simple concept, but it has such a big impact on our lives that I wanted to talk to you about it today. And it's just the principle of constantly optimizing your life in different ways. And, you know, when we start out, we have certain habits that we create over time. And sometimes we kind of just stick with those habits without really thinking about them, without making conscious decisions to change those habits. And I've talked quite a bit about this before, but you really want to take a look at your habits and really decide if they are still serving you or not. And if they're not, start to change them. And I just want to give you an example. So before I discovered retiring early, or the FIRE community, financial independence, retire early, I kind of just thought, yeah, I'm going to work a 9-to-5 job and I can have that secure paycheck every 2 weeks, and I'll continue to work for someone else and eventually retire at 60 or 65, whatever it might be. And that was kind of just my mindset. And so my habits were to get up and go to work and then come home and do something social with my friends, or, you know, save up and take a trip somewhere. So I would use some of my vacation days from work. That's what I was doing. Those were my habits. And as I started to change my perspective and learn new things about retiring early and seeing people that actually had achieved that, they had retired in their 30s, even some in their 20s and in their 40s. And as I started to see that, I just, you know, I took a step back and started to think, okay, I actually want to do that. I want to have that option to retire early. I don't want to actually work until 65. I don't want to have to work. I want that option to not to have to work. And, you know, I can still work if I want to, but I wouldn't have to worry about that money side of things. And so I started to, you know, change some of my habits. I was spending a lot of money on clothes, and I had a rather large clothing budget. And I would go shopping with my roommates, and, you know, we would go to the mall or to Ross, and I would just get whatever I wanted, and I wasn't going into debt for it. So I thought it was fine. But as I started to realize, that's not really a priority for me anymore. I don't want a lot of new clothes. I have enough clothes and I've gotten rid of a lot of clothes. But buying those clothes wasn't bringing me real happiness. Like, I would be kind of excited, oh yeah, I get to wear a new outfit. And then that excitement would wear off after I wore it a couple times. And, you know, I started to realize that's not really important to me. And I don't want to be spending my money on that. And if I want to actually retire and retire early, I need to focus my money in investments and really start optimizing my life so that I could invest more money instead of just spending money and continuing to work a 9-to-5 job. So I invested in real estate, and luckily I had a friend who was already investing in real estate. He had multiple properties, and so he actually helped me buy my first property what year is it? It was like 14 years ago. And so, you know, I was lucky enough to have that, and then I had roommates that were helping me pay the mortgage. But I ended up buying another property that was strictly an investment property, and that had immediate cash flow. And so I was collecting cash flow from that, and I really like real estate. And so I decided to invest in another property and even in another property. And I just started to really optimize my life based on these new goals that I wanted to achieve, these new decisions that I had made. Because my habits that I had before were no longer serving me. And I didn't want to just sit back and think, well, yeah, maybe I should just continue to go on this path and just kind of buy whatever I want without going into debt, but not put as much into my retirement accounts and just kind of, go through the daily motions. I wanted to change that. And, as I started to recognize what these new goals were for me, then I started to think, okay, well, where else can I change some of my habits? What else can I change to help me reach these goals even sooner? Part of that is just optimizing different areas of my life. And just doing little things here and there can really add up over time. To give you a few more examples, so I started my own business, which is, a lot of it is online. I do meet with people in person one-on-one, but I do have some online courses and of course my website. So I started to look, okay, well, where can I cut back my business expenses? And so I found, an email service provider that had a lifetime deal. So I just paid one fee. It was actually, I think it was $49. And they had a lifetime deal for this email service provider instead of the $29 that I was paying every month for my other email service provider. And so I switched over and, that saved me $29 a month. And then there's just other little things. I have a few different websites, and so I'm looking at combining the hosting for those so I can save money that way. And then there's also, I've talked about this in another video, but there's Arcadia Power, and it's a clean energy, I guess, kind of third-party company that you can sign up with, and if you use a referral link, you get $5 on your first statement, and if you refer other people, then you get $5 or up to $25 each time you refer someone. And the thing I really like about it is, well, not only do they look for the most inexpensive power in your area, but you can pay with your credit card. And I like earning cash back on my credit card. I like that reward that I get for using the credit card. So I signed up with Arcadia Power, and I've received quite a few credits just from other people signing up. Also, they started a deal where if you get 10 people to sign up, then you get a $1,000 credit on your power bill. So that's totally worth it to me. It's a free service. It costs me absolutely nothing. And I get to use my credit card with it. And if people sign up, then I get a credit on my statement. So that to me is a win-win. And there's just other little things like that. And even, kind of just looking at my phone plan that I had, I looked to see if I could get it even less expensive. When I was doing that, it actually turned out that it wouldn't be less expensive for me to switch. I'm actually on a family plan with some friends. But I'm glad I did the research so that I can see, okay, yeah, I am getting a good deal for my phone plan where I'm at now, so I don't need to switch that. But I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't done the research. And I told one of my other friends about this, and he ended up looking what he was paying, and he ended up getting a lower priced plan. So he was really happy that I just kind of mentioned it to him. So there's just, little things, and even just checking out your car insurance when your policy is up, or if you haven't renewed it for a long time, you can check it now. And that goes for home insurance. And there's just a lot of different little things that you can continue to work on, that you can continue to optimize in your life, and really pay attention to if your habits are really serving you, if they're really serving what your goals are now, or if they're kind of your old habits that you created before and they're not really serving you to help you reach your new goals that you've created. And if you haven't created new goals, then it's time to sit down and actually look at what you want to achieve in life. Look at who you want to become, and really see if your habits are aligning with your goals and the things you want to achieve. And if they're not, start to change them. Start to optimize your life so that it works better for you. It's your life, and it should be the happiest life that you can possibly have. And if you're just sitting back and not really being conscious about your habits, it's really time to make a change. And start to think, okay, how else can I improve my life? What's just one thing I can do today or this week to improve my life a little bit? And then do that over time, and your life will greatly improve over time, and you can continue to make these changes and kind of create that as a habit. Create changing as a habit, making these changes all the time, because you don't always stay the same. You continue to grow and to learn new things. And so you want to make sure and create new habits that are aligning with these new ideas that you're learning, so that you really can have a happy, optimized life. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, and hopefully it's helpful. And, share below in the comments if there are things that you have changed or that you're going to change to optimize your life a little bit better. Or if you have some goals that you're working on, I would love to see that in the comments below so that we can support one another in what we are working toward. And if you found this video helpful, please like it and share it with someone else who needs to hear this information. And if you guys are really serious about fast-tracking your financial freedom, make sure and click the link below this video in the description so that I can help you do that. And if you have other ideas about what content you would like me to create for you, please put that in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.